Hundreds of demonstrators gathered on the campus of Brigham Young University today protesting what they call predatory and invasive enforcement of BYU's honor code.
That protest comes after hundreds sharing negative honor code office experiences on an Instagram account by a former student. It's called Honor Code Stories.
The goal of the honor code is to try to keep kids on the straight and narrow. So I think its purpose is good. Not to be honest with you though, I don't agree with everything about it. You can't wear shorts, and you can't wear flip-flops, and you can't have any facial hair when you can't take a test if you're having facial hair, and you can't wear hats on campus.
I had friends who weren't allowed to visit me in my dorms, either because of their gender, whether or not they had a beard or not, whether or not their hair was colored.
You're kind of worried that if someone disliked you, it's like it was always a joke and it was always a threat, like, oh, they're gonna go to the honor code office, you know? And when it's like something that's that serious, I think it's not healthy.
Every department's got like 3 sets of people. You got people that are chill and relaxed that you can get along with. You got people that are kind of like acquaintances where you know them, you have like a mutual respect, you don't hang out as much as you would like a friend, but you have that space. And then you just have those third type of people that just want to just either cause trouble, or it's all so much about them that they make it miserable for everyone else because they're so self-centered around that.
I definitely felt a little uncomfortable because I didn't know what everyone was like and how everybody else felt about the honor code. And so I felt more like settling into a new place instead of just feeling like at home right away.
What started as an Instagram account by alumnus Sydney Drawn,
and I honestly believe that this will create change,
has now turned into a campus movement.
First off, sitting in the honor code office, like all over the walls are like sayings that it's like it's far better to come clean and have a clean conscience than to like live the rest of your life with like guilt. Like,
actually, when I first signed my contract there, it had a whole list of things for the honor code and things you can or cannot do. My apartment, they call this the chastity line, and no boys are allowed in the hallways.
One student saying his sexual past was investigated by the office after being turned in for wearing his hair too long.
I think it's absolutely violating. Trying to find some sexual rule that you've broken and whatnot, I think it's inappropriate.
I think they have good intentions of creating like a safer environment for students, but the way it's run creates how would I put it, a more tense environment.
But not all students agree with the protest.
If you don't like the honor code, then go to a different school.
It's been a minute since I had been on the probation, but I do know that all of my teachers knew, and it was embarrassing where I had been doing really well, working my butt off in clinicals, showing up on time, doing everything that I could. I really wanted to make a good impression, and yet, there's that like overhanging thing that they knew about me that, they would pull me aside, say, are you okay? Is there anything that we can do to help you to get back on track? As if, again, like I had this label that I felt undeserving of, but I did violate the honor code, so whatever.
So something I do like about it is that it does set like some rules, because like without them I feel like some college students would like go all crazy and they would do whatever they want. They would bring drugs into the apartment, or I don't know, they just go all crazy. That's just something I did like about that. But something I don't understand, like if I have guests over who are the opposite gender, why aren't they allowed to like use the bathrooms? Or like why aren't they allowed to like at least go in the hallways?
I do think it's important that you can go to a university that has shared values, but it's just how those values are enforced. You know, it should be something that you want to live, so you choose to live that way, and not, I've already spent thousands of dollars, I'm too deep into this, I'm gonna have to hide this and feel terrible about myself. I do feel like we are centered on Christ and the atonement of Jesus Christ and being able to repent and be forgiven. And the process doesn't feel that way at all. For one mistake, you can be kicked out of the university. So I think a much gentler approach, and maybe something that doesn't go through the university, goes through the housing. You know, it's not that big of a deal to find different housing, but to get kicked out of the university is very extreme. And for all of your teachers then to know, and I mean, for professional recommendations, I don't use those teachers. Whereas I feel like I would have.
People make mistakes. No one's perfect, but it's just nerve-wracking that they set these really harsh punishments for broken rules, and if they just change those, even to like non-member students, like I don't even go to BYU, but like I could still get in trouble for all of that. Maybe if they just listen to us and change the way they run things, it'd make us feel more happy, more safe, and I think we'd be more comfortable living in BYU housing.